This video is one of the fastest and easiest I've ever made and one of the best performing for sales, and the framework I used to make it didn't just work once, it blew up my sales multiple times. We use it in multiple videos and got hundreds of emails too. So now I'm going to give you every step to make your own so that you can just copy it. Okay, so to start, what is this video and why should you make it? Well, anyone can copy a Google blog post and turn it into a video, but not everyone can point out a problem a viewer has, then show them how to fix it in their own unique way. So the reason that these videos are so powerful are because you get your viewers to send in something for you to review, and then in the video, you review it and you tell them how to fix the problems they have or how to level up to get a result. And this proves you're legit, it sets you apart from others in the niche, and it will massively raise your credibility with undeniable proof of your genius. And that is why these things will make you so much money. So in this example, you can see I just gave feedback on my viewers' channels or offers, and look, made insane money. But can this style of video work for anyone? Well, I mean, if you're a dating channel, you could review app profiles. If you're a fitness one, you could review squat form. If you're in the music niches, you can review viewers' guitar playing or drumming, right? So a lot of channels can harness this style. So don't just write it off if it's not obvious how you could use it too, because it could be a massive opportunity for your business. But also you need to try these, because a while ago I wanted to post more often, but making videos takes up a huge amount of time, right? So I asked myself, what is the fastest and easiest way for me to do this? And I realized it was just giving feedback on people's work, which is basically something I do day in, day out with my clients. So it comes very naturally. So this style of video is potentially going to be much faster for you to make as a result too. Now, the way I look at them is like this. I don't expect these videos to get crazy views or blow up. Now, they can do very well, as you can see, but what I want them to do really is convert my viewers to buyers, and for that, they are exceptional. All right, so now you know why you need to do these. Here's the system to make your own. So step one, what you need to do is crack your title, but that can take ages. So I've just come up with 3 that you can use. So the first one, which I really like, is I studied, and then you insert the amount of things, and then insert negative thing, insert positive thing. So for example, I studied 1,000 basketball players. Here's why they can't slam dunk. The next title you can try is just simply roasting viewers X. And then another one you could try is just rating my viewers X. And these have done well for years over YouTube. Now, I like the I studied title because it implies that you've put a lot of work into the video, which will raise your credibility. But how do you get that number in the title nice and big so the viewers go, ooh, that's looking juicy? Well, this is where step 2 comes in, where all you do is you make a Google form and you post it to your community wall to get signups. Now, the form itself needs to give people the ability to add their name and their email like this, and then you just ask them to submit the thing that you're going to review, as well as ask them the number 1 problem they currently have. Then, if you have an email list, write a post like this, just saying, hey, I'm going to give you this opportunity to get whatever it is reviewed. Join my list, and I'm going to send out the form later. This way, you're going to grow your email list too. And this is how I can claim to have studied hundreds of people in my YouTube titles, because I have over 1,700 people who have submitted to this form since I started doing them. But even if you only have like 20 people, this can still work. Now, if you don't get many applications, just switch to one of the other titles that doesn't require a nice big number to be interesting. All right, so step 3 of this system, what you want to look at is how basic these thumbnails are on screen. Look, it's just me and some text, and the text creates some curiosity combined with this title. But there is a trick to making these images work well with your content so that they match your viewers' expectations after the click, which is critical for keeping them engaged and getting more views too. And it works like this. So when I first did this style of video, I noticed everyone who submitted their offers to be reviewed by me was selling courses rather than selling the benefit a course brings in their marketing. So I said in the thumbnail, look, stop selling courses, which creates curiosity as viewers go, wait, hang on, why shouldn't I do that? So they click. So what you want to do is go through your submissions and look for the most common problem you see. And then in the thumbnail, say, stop doing the thing that is causing it and feature it in your video. Hopefully it's something they're all doing. All right, so the next step's going to stop this becoming a planning nightmare. It's going to save you a ton of time, and it's going to give you the secret to sales success. And to show you how this works, I have loaded all of the comments from the video that generated a ton of sales into my free AI bot that you can get below. And then the AI has broken it down and told me what exactly viewers loved about the video. And as a result, I then designed a framework framework to plan your own around. So what the AI bot pulled out here is that the viewers love seeing a transformation from bad to good, then understanding how to get it for themselves, which is something regular videos often lack. So in this example that you can see on screen right now, what I'm doing is I'm playing a viewer's intro, then saying what's wrong with it. Then I rewrote it, read it out, and then gave some tips to help the viewers get better results on their own scripts too. So the simple framework you run through this video is 1, pick a viewer with a problem, 2, show their problem, 3, say why it's bad, 4, fix the problem or show another example that doesn't have it, 5, explain why it works. But if you can't visually show a transformation, don't panic, because this can still work. Because after that, we also give viewers 1 to 3 action points so they can level up faster too. So in a dream world, we show a transformation, but if you can't, just review the viewer's submission and then give 3 steps to fix it. And that's what makes this really powerful. You don't have to try and solve every problem your viewers have. You just need to give viewers a couple of things they could action right away for this to level up your credibility and get your bank account pinging. Then once you've got your plan, you move on to your next step, which is writing your intro. So I'm going to play the intro of the video that generated $71,000, and then I'm going to break it down so you can copy what works. Are the first 15 seconds of your video stopping you from making money? Recently, thousands of creators applied to be roasted by me on this channel, and most of them were making mistakes that will wreck trust instantly with their viewers, and that will kill watch time, link clicks, and sales. So today I'm going to roast 3 creators and show you how to fix their intro problems that you probably have too, using some tricks that have generated me millions. Okay, so let's look at the script on the screen here. So the first thing I do is I ask a question that's designed to raise some curiosity. So you basically say, is the thing you know that's causing your viewers an issue causing them an issue? For example, is your diet plan the real reason you can't lose weight? Is the way you've been taught to play the scales on the guitar stopping you from leveling up faster? Is your dating profile repelling your future partner? So then here, what we do is we undo the clickbait nature of the title by saying you studied the amount of people you said you did, and that most of them are making the mistake that will wreck the sales they want. And then you say you're going to review 3 viewers to show them how to fix the problem to get the result they want. And then I always like to make sure my intros have some credibility in them. So I say, this generated me millions. So all you need to do is just give a little bit of proof that it's going to work if they stick around to the end. Okay, so the next step's going to get you a lot of emails, and you can see I've generated hundreds from this video doing what I'm about to show you. And all you need to do is in the first 90 seconds, just tell the viewers if they want to submit to your next review, they can sign up below. And then you just leave the sign up link below the video and try to remind them to do this 3 times in the video for ultimate signups. But do not say, check out the link below to sign up to my next roast. So the first time I promoted this, I put it on my community wall and 1,000 people entered it. But when I said submit to my next roast, it got 20 signups. So call it a free review, because when you say I'm going to roast you, it sounds like you're going to like tear them apart. And a lot of people don't want to be torn apart, right? It's like maybe not a positive experience for them. All right, so let's move on to the next step where you just shoot the scripted intro, but you don't have to write a script for the rest of the video if you don't want to. Instead, you just use that bullet point structure I gave you, which is all planned out, and then you simply record your screen and then use it as a guide. So what I do is I use QuickTime to record my screen, and then I have that camera, this one, hello, rolling at the same time, and that's it. Which brings us on to the next step of this system, which I think I'd do a bit differently now if I was starting over with the format. So my first attempt at filming this style of video gave me about 45 minutes of footage, and because I had no script and the process wasn't very well optimized, I rambled a lot and I kind of felt like the video was way too long. So in the edit, I cut out a ton, which took flipping ages. Looking back, I think that was a mistake. What I would do now, if it was my first attempt, is to just not worry too much about cutting out loads of content or trying to make the perfect video. And I just get the video out with minimal editing instead, just to see what happened. Now, if you made a mistake or you nipped to the loo halfway through and there's 10 minutes of dead air, cut out all of that. But otherwise, just keep this really simple to start, because I think if we do the minimum viable option first and it works well for views and emails and sales, we maybe don't need to have to do much more. And if this minimum version does work, we've got a really fast format to remake in the future. But if we're not happy with the results and we think maybe it could have done better, well, we know we can improve it next time, right? So then we can bolt on more work and more complexity if needs be. Okay, so after that, there's another step that we can't ignore. So look at this roast. It generated a lot of sales, but didn't get many views. So if I'd just gone by the YouTube Studios views data, I'd have probably not made another one of these because, well, if we're just basing results on views, it's average, right? So why repeat something average? But with RevTrax data, I could see YouTube was wrong, and then it was actually amazing for my business, so I kept doing them. So when you upload a video, you have to track its impact on your business so you can instantly see if it's getting sales and emails. Otherwise, how on earth do you know what to repeat? And if this style of video is even worth your time and effort? Because the whole idea of this style of video really isn't about views. It's what I call conversion content. So when you see this sort of thing making you money, you don't really care if the views are lower. There's a link to RevTrack below if you're ready to take YouTube seriously. And if you're like, wow, I like this guy giving me a step-by-step proven format for making videos that grows a business, then watch this playlist next, because I have got a bunch of videos in it that will show you step-by-step processes for creating other tried and tested systems that will generate you big sales and big views faster.